Hey YouTube, Zacharoni here. This is the first episode in a series from the AAF Tank Museum in Virginia. Their head mechanic, Dan, took me on a private tour of their collection of 50 plus tanks from around the world, going inside everything from the Panzer IV in this video to the M60A2 Starship, Stridswagen, T-72, and so on. In this series, you'll see the crew positions, controls, and listen to Dan and I talk about each tank's combat performance and place in military history. Many of you will already be familiar with these tanks. After all, they're some of the most iconic armored vehicles in the world. But I bet by the end of the video you'll have some new knowledge and appreciation for them, as I did. So, to kick this series off, we're going inside my personal favorite from the museum, Germany's Panzer IV Alfs H medium tank of the Second World War. Let's go.
So we're in the Panzer IV now.
Driver's position right now. Well, you're in the driver's position, okay? View slot, that's your vision. Sticks down there by your feet. Pull left stick, go left. Pull right stick, go right. This is a rear engine, front transmission, front drive, which means the drive shaft runs all the way underneath the turret to that front transmission that you basically lean your arms on.
Yeah.
To your right is going to be your machine gunner. You're the driver. 3 guys in the turret. Okay, when the tank is full of ammo, you are not crossing positions front to back. Okay, you got a lot of shells in your way.
Yeah, no, the ammo rack is really nice here. Oh man.
There's no ammo in the turret.
Right.
It's all in the hull of the vehicle. So no matter which way the gun was pointing, they had to be able to get to ammo. That's why they put it all the way around the lower of the hull. Flat plate welded together, simple to make, Good gun, good armor, overall a decent tank. We had okay gun, okay armor, okay, but we had numbers.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game, 5-1 betting odds, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So we've got our commander's hatch. Basket in the back for some extra gear. I think we're going to put the seat down. Do you want me to climb through the gunners?
Go through the gunners
or
so you fold the seat back up.
Okay. Now the gunner's on the left side, right? So this is the loaders?
No, that's,
Or did I get it?
side,
Loaders this side, so this is the loader's hatch, okay? So, it's actually pretty easy to get in and out of through the side hatch.
Nice when every crewman has his own hatch.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of like Russian tanks or even some American ones. And then I know it was a pretty big deal with the commander to be centered in the turret with the 2 crewmen, right? Because before, like with the Panzer Is and Panzer IIs and a lot of the French tanks only got 1 guy in the turret sometimes.
Yep, offset different. Look on the floor. You're going to see a big round circle. Okay? That means this tank has a turret basket. Not every tank got that. Okay? Which that means if you are not sitting in a seat, you ride with the turret. Unlike the T-34, that guy has to either sit or walk.
Right.
Okay? While that gun is being turned, last thing you want to do is catch a gun in the chest. Okay?
Yeah.
Makes every bone hit you. It's not going to stop. Okay? So, very good design.
Wow.
We pretty much adopt. Everybody's using one now.
This is awesome. Yeah, I can see some ammo, you know, down in the hole here. But it's like compared to a Stug, it's a lot more spacious.
Now think about at the game time, okay, right? Comparative speaking, today this is nothing, okay?
Yeah.
Paper thing.
Yeah.
But to the time frame, this is good armor.
Right.
Right? Shermans were bouncing off of it. We couldn't get close enough, right? Because their gun was better than ours. So they could punch a hole through us before we can get close enough to punch a hole through them, okay?
Right.
Today you got better rounds, better armor. You got, I mean,
It's a totally different game.
Different world.
And the loader, yeah, I can see. You know, you can see you get basically just like your ready rack down here,
Correct.
right?
You're also sitting. You
Yeah.
have to do your job sitting though, and you can't stand.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah, I'm about 6'1", 6'2", and my head's right here. If you go over a bump, I'm gonna get a concussion.
Get
You know?
a little leather helmet.
Yeah,
with some
little
striping on it, and
yeah.
that's your protection.
Yeah.
Literally, that's your protection.
This is it. I forgot. We were talking about this earlier. Is this an H or a J? Because I know on like the J, for example, a lot of the crew vision ports were taken out just to simplify production. And then for the H with the side skirts, they took the vision ports off for the H because they were covered up by the side skirts anyway.
If I remember correctly, it's an H model. It was built, went to combat, they left it.
Okay.
Later on in the war effort, they scooped it back up, they brought it back to the factory, it got re-outfitted. That's how it got the spaced armor,
Okay.
the split hatch. It
Okay.
has 2 different headlights on the front.
Right.
One was early, one was late.
Okay.
Which one goes on the tank? It's technically both, okay? It's early and a late tank.
For the turret traverse, is this one manual?
Correct, right here.
This one is manual, and this did not have an automatic drive?
No.
Okay, so let's get into the gunners then. Oh, gunner seat Zeiss optics, right?
Correct,
Zeiss
yep.
optics, okay. And can't see any. Oh yeah, no, I can see under the optics. Where's the trigger? Is it on the floor?
Correct, right there, your floor, you can see the button.
Okay. I don't want to overdrive it. It's pretty easy to turn it.
Correct.
Can you adjust how many degrees it goes, or is it just all hand? Because I noticed there's a trigger here.
Safety trigger.
Safety trigger?
It's supposed to be a lockout.
Okay. Can you just imagine doing this in combat?
This is fast.
It is pretty
This
fast.
is fast. For a non-powered turret, this thing turns like butter.
And you said the vertical drive is...
It's locked. Yeah, you won't be able to turn that
Drive
one.
is
Yeah.
locked. Yeah, this is amazing.
Hey, go back the other way a little bit.
Cool. Woo! That's cool. I'm gonna hop into the commanders if that's okay.
See if you can fold the seat back up before you go, so you can stand on it.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, commander's seat. He was a Tiger Ace,
Okay.
like 120 kills, and he talked about just the number one thing that irritated him was Russian PTRDs. They would purposely shoot out the vision blocks. The round wouldn't go through them,
Just shatter into
but
pieces.
they have to constantly replace them.
Yep.
He said they carried more vision blocks
Yep.
than they had grenades in their tanks.
Pretty much every tank
Yeah.
does the same thing. The vibration alone breaks them.
What's, I guess one of the things that's kind of weird is my shoulders are too broad.
Yes, you're not consistent to a World War II gentleman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my shoulders are too broad to come out of here. The view's pretty good.
Steel track with a pin with a clip. You might not even got the clip, right? As the track is rotating, the clip breaks, the pin wants to fall out. You got a ramp right back here that shoves the pin back in and keeps the tracks on.
Okay.
Just like a T-34, except the T-34 didn't even get the clips. Track tools, cables to help put your track on.
And this is spring leaf suspension, right? And the
Correct.
T-34 would be the
Spring.
Christie
Spring
suspension.
system, Yeah.
Okay.
Your tensioner system right here, so you use your wrench to put pressure to get your track tension right.
Okay.
All right. Otherwise, track falls off. Right.
Nice.
Your mufflers, a hand crank to actually start the vehicle.
Yeah, that'd
okay?
been hell.
But unlike kind of a different system like a Model T, you'd actually turn it over. This
Right.
is more like a spring system.
Oh, okay.
A jack in the box, a wound
Okay.
up toy. That's the best way I could explain it. Okay,
Yeah.
how that works.
It's amazing. And long service life. I mean,
Yeah,
up to 67 from
yeah.
like 34,
Yeah.
37 it was designed.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up on the Golden Heights.
Yeah,
Pillbox,
so
I mean, a
it's
pillbox,
nuts.
You know?
Well, that does it for the Panzer IV. A great tank and a great experience to be inside one. I want to thank Dan and the AAF Tank Museum for the tour. As you can see, he has a wealth of knowledge you can only get from years of hands-on experience with these tanks. I shared a link to the Tank Museum's website in the description below. If you have a chance to visit, I highly recommend you do so. In the next episode, we'll be going inside the Soviet T-72. Of all the tanks in the collection, in my opinion, it is the most relevant as T-72s are currently being used in combat by Ukraine and Russia. The T-72 also makes for a good follow-up to the Panzer IV, just to show how much tank design and technology progressed from World War II to the Cold War. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. I'd love to read your comments below, anything you've learned, opinions on the Panzer IV, let's start a discussion. There's also a link to my War Thunder Discord server you can use to join the community there. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.